Hey guys, so I made something really cool a while ago, and I actually didn't get around to making a tutorial. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know, I didn't make one. I looked at YouTube, I looked around YouTube. I haven't seen anyone make the same thing. It didn't look too long, but I figured I might as well make my own tutorial for it because I did make this all myself. So what I did was I made a new elevator, new type of elevator using the new piston mechanics. They're very fast and they're they're consistent in single player. On servers I've had problems where you just have to slow them down a bit, but in single player they do work very well. So I just want to show you the progression of elevators. Probably shouldn't have gone through while talking. So I just want to show you the progression of elevators as I went through it, improving it once I figured out the concept. So here's the first one. I mean, this one's really kind of bulky with the redstone, and it's not super fast. So you can see it'll get you where you want to go, but it's not nearly as fast as they can be. And what I did was I had these torch towers, so that adds like 2 ticks every layer. So what I did here is I put a repeater with direct redstone connection and no torches, so that's just 1 tick between each layer. And now what that does is you go about twice as fast. And now that was about 40 blocks, I think. Oops, saved a screenshot. Where was I? So I was at this one. Yeah. So that was about 40 blocks, I think, in like a second, 2 seconds. So it's a very fast elevator. And now what I did is I took that one and further simplified it because I realized I didn't need to put a pulse limiter at every single piston. I could just do one at the base and then keep that pulse going up the entire length of it. And now what that does is this. So it's about the same speed. I think it is the same speed. However, it's just a lot cheaper on resources, so you could make it in a legit survival single player or multiplayer. Or multiplayer, they can be kind of iffy with the timing, so you have to slow them down a bit, but they do work. And now, actually, right when I went to make this video, like I have made this like a few weeks ago, this elevator. And right when I went to make this tutorial, I realized that those, the repeaters here on this one are totally so I just took those out and it still works just as fast. It might even be, I don't know, that just feels faster, but I think it's just because it's shorter. But yeah, so you can actually take those out. That's even less redstone to use. So to get started, I want to show you guys some of the main like components, so you can actually understand how it works and maybe make it for yourself, maybe improve it for yourself. And I think that's better than just saying, okay, here's how you make it, just copy this. Don't understand it, I'll just copy. Now I don't think that's a good way to promote innovation in Minecraft, and that's always a good thing. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to understand is how I did the base here. Now, what I did for this is I used a pulse limiter or monostable circuit, however you want to call it, to send a one redstone tick pulse through the whole thing. That's just carried. And the reason I wanted to use as short of a pulse as possible is because the shorter the pulse is, the faster the piston will extend and then it retract. And you want to do that as fast as possible because you don't move to the next level until the piston is retracted. So let's just break this. Now, if the piston extends and retracts very quickly, then you get up there very quickly. But if it's slow and what? Oh, that's, yeah, okay. So if it's slow and I was to say like power it here for a long amount of time, I won't go through until that pulse ends. So to fix that, I use a pulse limiter to do very rapid pulse or very short pulse. And the way that works is this particular one I used uses a sticky piston with, I use blue wool to signify all of my pulse limiters. That's just kind of what I do. And power it from one side. You pull the pulse out with a repeater, and it's very short because it's powering this block then immediately this block's pushed out of the way, and so it's no longer receiving power. So as you can see by this, there's a very short pulse, and you can actually extend the repeater for a longer pulse. But in our case, we're only using 1 tick pulses. So from there, you can I can now show you. So now you understand why I'm doing it like that, why this has to be here. So from there, we can now actually build it. So you're going to want to start with your limiter. You can do this different ways, actually. You need you just need to power this block pretty much. Like this redstone signal could be coming from over here or anywhere, as long as it's going through and you are sending a 1 tick long pulse to here, where it then goes up through the pillar. You can actually use different styles if you want, but this is the one I chose. So we're starting with this. So I always use a red wool block as my base, where just the block that I want to power in order to get everything to work. So we're using that, the blue wool, and now a 1 tick repeater going to redstone here, and then we just want to bring that up to the first layer of the elevator. So here we have our piston. Actually, I'm done with the sticky piston now, and the blue wool. So the first piston is just going to go right above where you stand. Actually, right now we can just get the whole pillar out of the way. So you're going to want to put a piston every 2 blocks, so there's a 2 block space between each one. So we're just going to do a short elevator right now, but you can actually make this as tall as you want. It could be 200 blocks tall if you want. So yeah, I'll do 1 more. And now you want to take out these and leave a block, 1 block down diagonally to each piston. And now those blocks are all just going to have redstone dust on them, but we can do that afterward. Okay, so here's your base. You want to see it? Repeater's on 1 tick. That's a sticky piston, don't forget that. Okay, from there we're going to put a 1 tick repeater here, and then our blocks to carry the signal up. I'm using orange wool in this case just to show that, but you can use anything you want. From there, actually no, I'm using orange wool. So from there, just doing now this, you have to pay attention here. This goes on the other side, it's facing the other direction now. Now you put another orange wool, power or dust that, more redstone. Now we're going back to this side because it's kind of zigzagging its way upward. That's the way that I could get it most compact horizontally, I found, and that's kind of what I was going for. So now bringing it up again to here, power this, and now go the other way again, and you just kind of continue this upward until you get to your top. And yeah, that's actually it. Okay, so now we'll add in the repeaters. Actually, we don't need this here. So redstone dust on everything, and that's all good. Okay, now this should work. Yep, okay. And now if you want to do something like a pressure plate, do I have one? Yeah. You can, you just need to power this pretty much. So, okay, I mean, if you don't care about what it looks like, you can just do that. You could also do something like this. And now that's still gonna work. That almost felt slower. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just imagining things. Okay, so you can do that, and now since that's like that, you can put solid blocks everywhere else and have your nice elevator. And now, of course, you don't need a pressure plate if you don't want. You can just have the button. Or if you do put the pressure plate, you don't actually even need this. So you can just have a one wide thing. Now this is just all different ways you can do the base, and that's completely up to you. So that's actually going to be it for this. It's relatively simple, compact design, and I hope you find it useful. Now, yeah, so there's one other thing I want to show you guys. This is actually not part of the tutorial, but it's just something I wanted to ask you guys about. Like, just comment if you're interested at all. I actually went and made, using the ability of pistons to push you sideways or pull you sideways. This is just like a concept. So you can see they can pull you horizontally. So what I did was actually made a trap that you can make that it looks like a solid wall. This could be stone blocks or anything like that. And then when you go to walk through, but that's my very slow early version. Later on, I actually went and I refined it until I had this, which is very fast. And once again, these could all be like stone blocks or anything like that. And they would, and it could look like a cave or something like that. Same with these, but I don't really feel like replacing them all. Just all of a sudden stuck into the wall. I would have to fix this so that they don't just land in the redstone so they could break all your stuff. But is that? I know that I personally am really enjoying these new piston mechanics. I hope you guys are too. And I plan on doing a lot of new things with them in the future, pretty soon actually, with tutorials and everything. If you guys liked it, don't forget to leave a like. And thank you for watching.